All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We back for another week of Just a Fan podcast. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, right here, quarter host, NFL Encyclopedia, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this whole thing, Coach Williams. Got direction. The quarterback that runs this whole thing, Trish TV. What's up, man?
What's going on? What's going on? A lot happened today. I'm excited to get into it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Down below, the man from H-Town, the defensive mind from Houston, Texas, Pando 316. What's up, man?
I was on YouTube tonight. That's when I saw some guys talking
Just had to.
NFL to me.
Just had to.
I'm just a fan, don't blame me. The good guy with the black hair. What's up, people?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, so as Trisha's alluded to when we introduced him, when I introduced him, a lot has happened today. We have a signing, we have 2 extensions, and we got a whole lot more to talk about. So let's get into it. Running backs can kind of rejoice a little bit, just a little bit.
Not really.
Just a little bit, just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, maybe 1% rejoice. Saquon Barkley has a 1-year contract. Well, first of all, I didn't know you can even do this because I thought after the deadline you couldn't even do another contract, but on a franchise tag. But okay, I learned something new today.
There's always a loophole.
Yeah, it has to be a loophole. But anyway, Saquon Barkley has a new contract. This time it's 1 year, up to $11 million, and it has some incentives of $900,000. So, Pando, talk to me, man. What do you think about this 1-year contract?
Well, basically what's going on is that you got very few running backs that are in this league, and this is kind of going off of what we talked about basically last week. We were talking about running back deals and how the market has kind of crashed on running backs. And you got very few running backs who are exceptional running backs. You have like a Saquon Barkley in New York. You have a Christian McCaffrey in San Francisco. You have a Derrick Henry who not going to really count him that much because he's getting a little long in the tooth, but these are your exceptional running backs. And these are the guys that are going to get maybe that second deal. But if you look at this deal, we're talking about $11 million for 1 year. That's the market for running backs now. That is the run. You're not going to get much more than that. Christian McCaffrey makes about 12, I believe, give or take.
Right.
But Saquon Barkley is a next level exceptional running back, but even he only got $11 million. So you got guys that are tiers below him. They're not going to get that. And it just goes more into what we were talking about last week about the running back market crashing. The value of running backs are dropping like it's dropping like an anvil over the Titanic. You know, it's just bloop and it's going down. You know, and right now, that's what you're witnessing. You're gonna see that somebody of Saquon Barkley's ability only get $11 million, and they can franchise him again next year. That's another thing people don't realize.
Yeah,
And then after that, they don't have to pay him. They'll probably France give him this deal. If they want to keep him another year, they'll franchise him. And in the meantime, they'll probably draft a guy in the late rounds that they can find or go undrafted or whatever like that. And that is the trend that's being set in the NFL right now.
all right, so real quick, we have a good question here from Antoine. It says, no, I'm sorry. Let me go back. What's the lifespan of a running back? I don't know how many years it is for a running back because each running back that's drafted is drafted at a different age. But if they're, I would say by the time they are definitely about 28 or 29 years old, they are pretty much done.
When you get to around 30, close to 30,
Real
when they
close
hit
to
that
30.
30 bump, yeah, that's a bump in the road. That 30, that's a big speed bump. That slows a lot of things down. It slows you down physically and it slows down money.
Yeah. And then do you need to spend money on running back? No. We've addressed this so many different times with the running back position. I mean, a lot of teams now are doing running back by committee, and they are drafting running backs day three, which is rounds 4 through 7, or just getting rookie free agents. And if you have a great offensive line, then you're pretty much good to go. If you have a great offensive line, a decent enough quarterback, you should be
Yeah,
great.
they have a decent scheme.
Yeah,
Scheme has
yeah,
a lot to
especially
do
the
with it.
scheme
Yeah.
that because that outside zone that the Shanahan family been running for what 2 or 3 decades now has destroyed a lot of defenses. So um yeah,
Yeah.
Tristan, what do you think, man?
Well, I think, and I was listening to Ryan Clark kind of allude this on First Take. I think, in regards to the Giants and Saquon, you had to get that done. So we're looking at the value of the running back position and how they should get paid. But there's got to be some exceptions when you got certain type of weapons. So like Alvin Kamara got his money. No one is questioning Alvin Kamara getting his money when he got it a couple years ago. No one questioned Christian McCaffrey getting the money he got a couple years ago because of the kind of weapons that they are for their offense and what they mean for their offense and for their team. Saquon is at most maybe a half step below, but he's in that kind of tier of being that kind of weapon, and I think he showcased that last year under the new head coach, with using his creative mind to how to give Saquon Barkley the ball in spaces. He's able to run between the tackles and doing all that. So it's I think this deal that Saquon got, don't be surprised if this isn't the last deal. This might be a trend where if a team is like, okay, we have a value at this guy, but we don't want to commit this long term. But if we can front load him between 10, $12 million for another year, and if he still looks healthy, have the option of franchise tagging him an additional year, and then we don't have to deal with it long term. So we could pay him, he can get his money and feel his money is justified, and we can get 1 to 2 extra years of that prime body, and then he can go elsewhere. That might be the trend that you start seeing with these guys. Special weapons. I'm not talking about every running back. And I think that's the thing that we have to probably get our minds geared towards, is that not every running back is created equal. We're just not going to get you I'm trying to get an example of a guy like from another team, like Brian Robinson of the Commanders, is not going to get Saquon money.
No.
Like that's just not going to happen. You're not that dynamic of a player, and it's not to besmirch him or make it seem like he's less. But the type of weapon that Saquon is, and the type of way that offense is going to use him, you got to pay him his money. Same way like the Saints. It's Alvin Kamara or bust. I know we haven't talked about the Saints enough because they got Derek Carr and all that stuff. It's Alvin Kamara or bust. Alvin Kamara is what scares those defenses and doesn't make them pin themselves in man coverage and all that. It's Alvin Kamara. Same thing with the 49ers. 49ers is already a solid team. Then you added Christian McCaffrey, and I don't even think that 49ers have truly unlocked everything they could do with him. So
Hitting
it's
those
like
low field. Yeah.
those guys are different types of weapons. Even Austin Eckler is not Saquon, Christian McCaffrey, and Alvin Kamara. I know he's the one kind of like waving the flag for the running backs and all that, but he ain't them. And he's good, but he ain't them. Not
Right.
all running backs are created equal, and I think that's what we have to understand. But the way the Giants did this contract, this might be the kind of way that I would want the running back market to go moving forward.
Well, yeah, and see now I look at guys who are free agents. I'm looking at Kareem Hunt. I'm looking at Leonard Fournette. And I'm looking at Ezekiel Elliott. They are definitely going to have a hard time getting signed by anybody. They who knows how long they may have to wait until they get picked up by a team. It may be middle of training camp, end of training camp, middle of the season, end of the season, because somebody just might need a running back. It's going to be difficult for those kind of backs.
Dalvin Cook, the deal that Saquon got, Dalvin Cook would be warranted for that kind of deal. Dalvin Cook is that kind of weapon. But again, not all running backs are created equal.
Yeah, we're talking about next level guys. Uh, what they affectionately refer to as S tier running backs. And again, I want to reiterate, even those special guys are not going to get big deals. Saquon is special. He only got 11 million for 1 year. And we don't know what's going to happen after this year. He might get franchised the next year, or they may just say, you know what, Saquon, thank you for your service. We finna go get a guy. We're gonna get a 22-year-old, or we're gonna get a couple of 22-year-olds in the 7th round and another one undrafted and do what you do and just produce it with 2 different guys.
That's what's going on.
Here's my prediction. If I'm the front office, what am I going to want to see? And I know we gotta keep moving forward. I just want to say this part. What do I want to see in this kind of situation? All right, Saquon, we gave you this money. We even added incentives so you can make up to $12 million this year. If you come in there and you're the same bell cow workhorse, and we see that the offense runs through you, we're going to tag you probably for about the similar amount of money. We will tag you for another year. Then after that, we'll let you go about your business and see if somebody else is going to give you another contract. But you got the money between now and next season to you can't complain and say you ain't get paid. You got paid. Now that's only if he works out. Now, God forbid, he look like he's, losing a step or two this season. Now the Giants are in a position where they're like, okay, well, we gave you your 10 to 12 million. Say if he meets his marks, his incentives. Okay, you got your 12 million, but we see that you're losing a step. You can go to free agency and see if somebody else is going to take a shot with you for another maybe 2-year deal along the similar lines of what you just got.
Exactly.
That's what looks like it'll be. Right. Okay. Antoine saying he would make more than he got this year, but that's even more so in the Giants' favor. I think it was Ryan Clark again that said it on First Take the Best. He said the Giants basically put their big bank account up against his bank account. That's what they did. So it's like we'll pay you because we know that you're that guy. Let's see if you're that guy this season. If you are, we'll franchise tag you and make even more money. And then you can go about your business. Or if you don't pan out, we've paid you. You can go test the free agent market and see what happens. It's a small win for Saquon, but a big win for the Giants.
It's a big win for. Oh, the big headache. Mute your mic.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, it's a big win for the corporate side of the NFL, really, because the owners and the GMs is like, well, look, Saquon only got $11 million. You think you better than Saquon Barkley? We have news for you, sir. Take this $9 million and go on somewhere. Take this $10 million and go on somewhere.
Take this $5 million going somewhere.
Or even less. You're right. You're right, Brandon. Even less. So
it depends on the running back.
It's a win for the corporate side for the owners and the GMs of the NFL, because someone of Saquon's caliber to get a contract like that, that's setting the market. and they're making a statement. The Giants made a statement for the rest of the GMs and the owners in the league, and said, "All you running backs, pay attention. You either need to switch positions or take what we give you, and that's what it's gonna be, doctor. That's it. So yeah, because you got a high value running back like a Saquon Barkley, who's S tier, that's only getting $11 million. Now, several years ago, that'd have been different. Saquon, 5 years ago, Saquon would have probably double that. 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Of course.
Double that.
Because 3, 4, 5 years ago, that's when Zeke got his contract extension. That's when Gurley got his contract extension. That's when David Johnson got his contract.
Mm-hmm. So it's just doubling down on the topic we talked about last week.
Yep.
We were talking about the value of running backs are falling. I think there's several other content creators on YouTube that talk about the NFL a lot, and they're talking about the value of NFL running backs going down. Like, if my son decides he wants to play football, you are not playing running back.
Not at all.
You are not playing running back. You're going to get out there and learn how to cover somebody. You're going to learn how to go out there and run some routes. Or better yet, you're going to learn to work on that arm. That's what we going to do. So, yeah, that's a glaring indictment of to close this segment. It's a glaring indictment of the market for running back. The market is saturated, first of all. And then second of all, the value is low. The value is low and the market is saturated. That's gonna drive the market down, make the money come out even slower. It's gonna trickle. It's not gonna flow no more. It's gonna trickle. Drip, drip after a while.
That's right. All right. Yeah. So while running backs are not getting paid all that much money, quarterbacks like Justin Herbert is getting paid big money.
Oh, yes, sir.
He just signed a 5-year, $262.5 million contract extension within the last 3 hours. LA Chargers lock up their franchise quarterback. T, you want to go first on this one?
Whew. That boy got paid.
That's an average of $56 million.
That boy got paid.
$52 million. 52.
So, here's the thing. What you're saying by giving him this money is that it's all on you, Justin. It's all on you. We believe that you're going to be the guy that finally takes us to the promised land. Out of all the Charger quarterbacks we've had in our history, you're going to be the one. You're going to be it. Now, I've been a fan of Justin after he came in, right? Because I wasn't sure, how he was going to be, coming out of Oregon. I know he was projected to be number one, and then he stayed, had some struggles, blah, 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 all that jazz. But I'm a fan of Justin. I'm a fan of him. Steve, what up, though?
How's it going?
What up?
So, my biggest concern for Justin Herbert is the health of his offense. His entire offense. Can Austin Eckler stay healthy? Can Keenan Allen play a full season for once? Can Michael Williams play a full season? Can his offensive line stay healthy? Like, that's what it's predicated on. I know a lot of times we had issues where we were saying, oh, okay, Justin Herbert needs to do this, that, and the third. But people have to understand, Justin Herbert came out guns blazing. I mean, if there wasn't a guy up in Kansas City named Patrick Mahomes, we probably would have been talking about Justin Herbert as far as his start of his career, the way he throws the football. But the problem is that your defense did not step up to the plate the way it was supposed to, and then your offense had a whole bunch of injuries just rattling around them. So as the team, and y'all already know how I feel about their head coach. So as the team, the organization, you give him this money, you now have to invest in the parts around him to make sure that it works and make sure that you maximize his ability while he's in this prime. Because if you don't, you're going to have a very you're going to have another Phillip Rivers, basically. That's basically what it's just going to turn into. It's the same situation. You give them you don't put the pieces when they needed to be. You guys, everybody knows the Phillip Rivers thing. I understand that he ran into a jigsaw called Tom Brady and the New England Patriots when they were like in their dynasty mode. But people forget when you fired Schottenheimer, you fired all those minds and just kind of went through this cycle. That was the worst thing for Phillip Rivers' time tenure in the Chargers. So you have to be smart about this. I don't think this is the head coach for them. I think he needs to be on a hot seat this year, this season,
And then give me the job
especially
next
after
year.
giving Justin Herbert this money.
Give me the job next year. Pando, you muted.
Sorry. I
You
think
good.
that's a lot of money. I didn't want y'all to hear me typing. I'm basically looking up some stuff, but um, I think that's a lot of money. And I'm piggybacking on what Tristan is saying about Justin Herbert. Is like, okay, you have to be the guy. You have to be the guy. I think it's a little bit different. I think it's you better be the guy. It's more of that. It's more of you better be because we're paying you on average about $52 million, 52.4. That's a lot of money to not get it done. Okay. Do I think he has the ability to get it done? Absolutely. I think San Diego's got to do a couple more things with that defense. And like Tristan says, that supporting cast has to stay healthy to help him out. But is he worth that contract? Time will only tell on that. And like we always talk about, when you get a new deal, it's a deal about projection, about what we think you're going to do, not what you've done. That's what a lot of people get confused. Like, well, he did this, that, and the third. What do you think he's going to do? He's still a very young quarterback. He's got his whole career ahead of him. And the Chargers are putting a lot of faith in this guy. Okay. So honestly, I think he could probably be the second best quarterback in that division if they put it all together. Honestly.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I'm looking at some of the comments, and I wanted to kind of double back on two of them. So Antoine, and Antoine, shout out to you for tuning in, bro. We're saying athletic quarterbacks is where athletic passers. It's another reason why the running back position is getting the value that it's getting because these guys are athletes. They're not looking for traditional drop back passing QBs that are just statues in the pocket. Like none of these quarterbacks in college are like that anymore. I mean, you might got a couple, but you talking about the ones that you're saying, oh, it's going to be a first rounder QB, maybe high second round QB. They're all athletes. All of them can move out the pocket. All of them can scramble and hurt you with their legs. It's just to what degree? Are they a Lamar Jackson or are they a Kirk Cousins? Like, but they all got it. They all have the ability. And so that's also taking the touch from running backs. But yeah, I don't again with Justin Herbert, they don't even use all of that ability that he got. Like he really could be like a Pat Mahomes. I'm not saying this lightly. I'm telling you, when you go back and watch Oregon film, he really could be like a Pat Mahomes light. I ain't say he'd be exactly like him. I said light. I see Steve's face. Pat Mahomes light. Because he has the ability, to make the off platform throws, ability to escape. He's strong, he's big and strong. They can utilize him a whole lot more. There's been a couple games that I literally watch him play, and I'm like, they're holding him back. They're
All
So
right,
literally
so,
holding him back.
all right, so let me say this real quick, and then we're gonna go to Steve. Not only having an athletic quarterback is helping, I mean, is devaluing running backs, but when you have this read option stuff and RPOs where you reading the end man on the line of scrimmage, that makes life easier on running backs because that's one less player they have to deal with on defense.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, it really is on the quarterback and their legs and their arms and really their mind and be able to read and see everything to make it work. It's not on the running back like it used to be back in the mid '90s or the '80s or whatever. Steve,
Yeah, no, I'm shaking my head because you just mentioned him in college in Oregon, that conference they're in. Their quarterbacks, all of them throw for 4,000, 5,000 yards a season. It's just a throwing conference, but I think he's a good quarterback. I think now he's in a tougher division. We don't even know what Sean Payton's going to do with the Broncos offense. We don't know. We haven't seen that yet. And I think them bringing in Kellen Moore, they brought in Kellen Moore to put up a lot of offensive yards to make the contract make sense to the Chargers fan base in the NFL and where Herbert's getting paid. I think he's talented. I don't think the head coach is it. Kellen Moore is in there to produce yardage, plain and simple, and win games, obviously. But if they can be a top five scoring offense in the NFL, they're gonna look at that as a victory for them.
that's definitely
I
man.
agree.
Yeah, so that Kellen Moore offense is very similar to what Jason Garrett uses, just probably a little bit more little bit more modern. Um, the one thing Tristan did say is that they didn't use his legs. But Kellen Moore didn't really use Dak Prescott's legs that much. So I don't know how much he's going to use Justin Herbert's legs. I think it's going to be a whole lot of drop back. It might be it'll be some play action in there, but
Bootlegs, uh,
mm,
naked bootlegs.
maybe, but
He
not.
has the athleticism for it.
No, I know he has athleticism, but we're talking about Kellen Moore. We're not talking about a real cerebral offensive coordinator.
Do you think it was Kellen Moore not doing it, or Kellen Moore not believing Dak to really open that up?
Dak can use his legs. I think that was more Kellen Moore.
Okay.
Yeah, but I also think, I mean, I really hope they don't try to rely on Justin Herbert's athleticism and his legs.
Well, I'm
No,
not. No,
no, no, no, no.
I'm not saying run him down to death. What I'm saying is he can run every so often, so that way he can keep defenses guessing. That's the whole point of a quarterback running. You don't have him running 10 times a game. You just need him to run when it's least expected, and he keeps the chains moving. Or if he's not keeping the chains moving, then it's second and short, third and short, and then that puts you in favorable situations to get another first down.
I'm agreeing with what Antoine is saying. That's why I asked that question, because I really do think Kellen Moore was handcuffed. I truly do. You watch the stuff that he was doing at Boise when he was quarterbacking at Boise.
I understand.
You're not telling me that man's mind is all of a sudden just became pedestrian.
I understand what you're saying, but my thing is, why would Mike McCarthy want him to be pedestrian if you need to win?
Because Mike McCarthy is traditional and wants to run the ball. He believes in I formation and play action, and that's Mike McCarthy's system. Swing runs, zone reads. That's Mike McCarthy's system. That's all he's ever done. That's why I don't think Mike McCarthy has adjusted to the modern NFL. He talking about all this film he watched when he was out of the league, and it ain't look like that to me. That looked like Green. It looked like Green Bay all over again from early 2000s.
Could we not invoke the name of Mike McCarthy, please? Can we not do that? We talking about the man that Aaron Rodgers got fired. So, you know,
Hey man,
yeah,
I'm just
he needs
saying.
to
I
go. Yeah.
I think Staley giving Kellen Moore the autonomy on that offense. I'm interested to see what the Chargers do.
We'll see, but I mean the talent is definitely there. They sure enough paid for it. The talent better be there. They ain't paid. Good Lord. 90 what was that 90 no, I'm sorry, 52.4 million average
He
a
got
year.
paid. He
He
got
got
paid.
paid. He definitely got paid.
Yes.
And guess what? Real quick, there's a no trade clause in that contract as well.
Yep.
So if
So,
he wants to go somewhere, he'd have to
He
gets
owns his he
he
owns
gets
his future.
rights.
yep.
So that's a good agent. You own your future. You decide where you want to go. Well, we're
He
gonna
owns
trade.
his future.
Okay, well, I don't want to go there.
Hmm.
Well, how about here? Okay, I like that. I'll waive my clause.
Hmm.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes
Yes,
a
it
whole
does. All right. Well, we got another big contract extension today. coming out of North Texas, Dallas, Texas. Dallas Cowboys giving Trayvon Diggs a contract extension, 5 years, um, worth up to $104 million, up to $104 million. But my thing is, one, the guaranteed money is lightweight in my opinion because that's at 42.3 guaranteed money.
as it
But then the
should be.
signing bonus was at 20. Okay, I don't have it written down, but I think it's like $22 million signing bonus. So it's a big contract, but the guaranteed money
Well,
and the signing bonus money to me is low. So,
well,
um, Steve, you go and start off on this one.
I think it's a good deal, and I'm happy that he accepted it. Could he have held out and commanded more? Yes, but I think he understands um, it's a team sport and other folk got to get paid. The 20 mil, 21 mil signing bonus, so we owe him what another 20 mil throughout, guaranteed throughout the length of his contract. He guaranteed he can get incentives, so that means his base is probably gonna be five. I don't know what the math is, but less than like 12 a year. Probably a lot less
Right,
than that. It's
right.
it's a good deal. We got to pay other people. Um, the upfront money talks. He didn't have a great season last season. Uh, so it was a good deal, man, for the Cowboys. Cowboys won. Um, Diggs won to some extent. He won, so I love it, man.
I agree with this comment about Antoine. Antoine, thanks for you really been active tonight, man. Yeah, Gilmore helping Diggs is going to help out a whole lot. And they have a good nickel corner, Deron Bland, who's played a lot more in the second half of the season and had 5 interceptions. So Dallas has three solid corners who can get the job done and hopefully help the pass rush get to the quarterback even more.
Okay, so my take on this is basically Dallas made a smart deal because they didn't overpay him because he's played 3 years in the league, and last season looks just like his first season. And the season that he did go All Pro and made the first team All Pro team, what could have been really a one off. He's gonna have to prove that. And Dallas is smart. He's like, well, we don't want to take a chance here and pay him like he's one of the highest paid corners in the league, which he isn't. They gave him a fair deal.
Yeah, he's a fifth highest paid corner right now, tied
He-
with
he's
I was a
right.
lot more or Humphrey, one of the two.
Yeah. So basically, his as far as in terms of hold on, I just had it. He's the fourth highest actually in contract value.
Okay.
Um, and he's fifth as far as average of the cap and fifth in contract league. But they didn't break the bank paying him because a lot of times they get excited and there's a lot of folks who are basically oh, Trayvon Diggs this, Trayvon Diggs that.
Hmm.
Show me. Show me. You only show me one time that you could do that. You were unspectacular your rookie season. You were unspectacular in 2022. You had 1 year where you were like, like that. So he's got to be able to show that now. Could he come back to the table and renegotiate possibly? If he has another year like his sophomore year,
He could.
he could. He absolutely could.
Yeah, he could.
But right now, and I don't like giving props to Dallas for nothing, but that deal was a smart deal. It was a smart deal. They didn't pay him too much. They paid him. They paid him somewhere in the top 10. But we're not going to make you the highest paid corner in football because we don't believe that you are just yet. You got to show us that you're going to be that. So they incentivized it.
Yeah, they definitely
Yeah,
did.
and you could double move him and he gets beat every time. Yes. Honestly, Trayvon Diggs' last name should be Ayuk because Brandon Ayuk is his daddy. Okay. He gets double moved by Brandon Ayuk. The last couple of times and I'm just using that for an example. The last couple of times Brandon Ayuk and Trayvon Diggs went one-on-one, he made Trayvon Diggs look bad. Okay, and Brandon Ayuk probably is not going to even make the Madden top 100 this year, which is not fair. But he's probably not going to make the Madden top 100. Okay, or the top 100. Excuse me, not the
Right.
Madden, the NFL's top 100. Excuse me, he's probably not going to make that top 100 as voted by his peers.
Well, I tell you
But
what. Hold on. I know. This is jumping early, real quick, but just in Madden ratings, he's not even listed as a top 10 corner.
and shouldn't be,
It shouldn't be.
and should not be. Is fair. Is he a good player? Absolutely. For
Is he in the
somebody,
top 15?
That's a good question. I don't see. I don't think there's like. I mean, there might be a list, but I don't know where to find that list fast enough.
I would put him like just outside top 10.
yeah. Is he a good player? Absolutely.
I mean,
He's
11 picks. You're very opportunistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
11 picks, but 11 picks one time though. You got 3 1 year, 11 and 3 again.
Yeah, but how many people you know going to do double digit picks back to back?
I ain't even talking about double digits. I mean, he can get if you can give me
Well, like
5,
six.
5, 7, 6.
6.
If the 3 years he played, let's say he had 5, then his second year he had like 8, then his third year he had like 6. That's
He'd
an
be a
elite corner. That's an
premier
elite corner.
corner.
That's a
Premier
premier
corner.
corner. 3, 11, 3. Wait a minute. That's like if I got a kid in my class that I'm teaching, he took a test and made a 59 on it, then took the next test and made a 97, then took another test and made a 60 on it. You cheated on that second test.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah,
I don't care if people are like, you hating on them boys. I don't give a damn. You can get mad. I'm stating facts.
Well,
Okay.
and Trayvon Diggs needs to find a way to become more disciplined as a corner. Hopefully Gilmore will help him out a whole lot this year. So, but if not, I'm sure, and we don't have the full details of the contract because that's not out yet. But I'm sure they can if it's a 5-year contract extension, they can probably get it out of it after 3 years. So Diggs kind of is on borrowed time. He has to really step his game up this coming season, and he has to be a little bit more of a willing tackler too because he's not always willing to tackle. So he got to get better at that.
He makes business decisions.
Well, he definitely made business decision this past season.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like the whole term business decisions when we're talking in terms of cornerbacks was created by Deion Sanders, but the difference was Deion Sanders was a turnover machine.
He was consistent.
You kind of overlooked the lax tackling because he was gonna give you double-digit interceptions every year, or close to it. So but that's the thing. He's got to stop having laxes in coverage if he's gonna be making business decisions like that. He does make business decisions when it comes to tackle. If he gotta go tackle the tight end, oh no, I don't want that smoke. You gotta tackle the running back. I don't think I want that smoke. I might go latch on to a receiver if he's not a big one. And he's a big corner. That's the thing. He's a big corner. He ain't no little bitty guy, but
No, he's not.
But he doesn't play like a big guy. So we gonna see. Let's move on.
All right, so now Madden ratings. A whole lot of Madden ratings happened last week, and we have guys ranked at 99, like Kelsey, Zach Martin, among others. We have top 10 players in Madden at different positions, like Patrick Mahomes, number 1 at quarterback. And Eric's favorite cornerback of all time, Jalen Ramsey, is ranked number 1 at 97.
That is a Travis sham mockery, a travesty, a mockery, and a sham. I'm still gonna buy my copy of Madden though, but I'm just
I'm trying to think because I'm trying to understand how Jalen Ramsey got the number 1 spot. So I'm trying to think like who all these other corners in the league, like. I would have been okay if they gave it to Sauce. I don't think Sauce did he allow a 100-yard receiver that past season?
I don't believe, and
I don't think so.
And he allowed very few touchdowns either.
I would have been cool if they said Sauce Gardner was 1.
See but that's the thing when we talk about the popularity contest of what Madden is, because it's like you got a bunch of folks that sit in there and they look at names. It's really kind of taking
Almost like the Pro Bowl.
yeah, I was about to say that it's taking on the same identity as a Pro Bowl, where the Pro Bowl is a popularity contest, almost where you can pretty much discount uh people making the Pro Bowl nowadays. Tariq Woolen, Antoine.
For Seattle.
But see, yeah, Tariq Woolen, in my opinion, right now is better. Tariq Woolen right now is better than Jalen Ramsey at this point.
Jalen Ramsey.
At this point in his career.
Agreed. I think Jalen, and I'm not. It's not to disrespect Jalen, but I feel like Jalen is getting this accolade more so off of reputation for what he did, for what he was. Because you talking about Jacksonville and then the first couple years with the Rams, yeah, Jalen was the cream of the crop. Man could hit, could cover. He followed, yeah. But the last couple seasons, we've seen this man get cooked. And it's not to say that corners don't get cooked, because corners get cooked, especially with the rules being what they are of today in this NFL. But he's been like embarrassed.
Yes.
Yeah. Like literally, and we talk about this all the time, the Super Bowl with the Rams and the Bengals. If Joe Burrow on that last play, had he had a half a second longer, Jalen Ramsey was cooked by not Jamar Chase. Is it Jamar Chase that on that play? I believe it was. But
if the offensive line of Joe Burrow gave him a second longer, we would have talked about one of the epic gaffes of Jalen Ramsey's career. No, not one of the, because he would have literally cost the Rams a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
The man was eating grass while Jamar was jogging to the end zone.
And then we can talk about that's his coverage. We can also talk about how his tackling has deteriorated.
Has dipped.
I mean, that was a whole video meme of Jalen Ramsey talking about I'm him, and then they showed a play where Deebo Samuel like just ran straight through his tackle and kept on going. He had Deebo dead to rights, and like it was just he got spun around there. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like that's why it's cheapening the game for me. Like, okay, fun fact, just look this up. Sauce Gardner has an 87.9 PFF score. Okay?
Oh, PFF score. I thought you were talking about
PFF score. Jalen Ramsey has an 86. So that's the example right there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I feel like Sauce is better than him.
Sauce is definitely better than him.
He is. The kid in Seattle is better. Tariq Woolen is
like those two to me are the two corners right now.
Yeah. So I mean that was the biggest travesty that I saw with the Madden ratings. And again, it's like, okay, it's a video game, but come on, the Madden prides itself in being the most realistic football video game made. And you take the realism out of the game when you do stuff like that and you have favoritism like that. There are a couple other issues I have with some other ratings, and I'm just like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Are you serious? And fun fact, I like playing franchise by myself. I don't do connected franchise with other people. I just play franchise. And I've said this off the air, when I buy a new game of Madden and I start my franchise, it takes me 2 or 3 days to go in and adjust the ratings how they should be before I start my franchise. Like, so you can bet that when I get my new copy of John Madden 24, the first thing I'm going to do is go in and bump down Jalen Ramsey. Okay? He is not a 97. Stop the cap. Okay?
No. He'll still be in the 90s. I'll give him that respect.
Yes.
But not 97.
Yeah, but no, not 97.
No.
No, sir, no, ma'am. Aaron Donald, 99. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it right now.
Zach Martin.
a lot of people had an issue with Aaron Donald being a 99 after this past season. So it's
Right.
like, okay, are you rating them based on the season prior, or are you rating them based on the reputation that they are? Because
Reputation.
considerably, Aaron Donald had a considerably bad year.
It's definitely reputation. Because even Zach Martin, I'm a Cowboys fan. Zach Martin's not a 99. Now he might be a 95 or a 96, but he's not a 99.
And I think, well, I know we'll probably get into the quarterback ratings in a second, but some of them, I was just like, what?
Man, look. Boy, look here.
Some of them, I was like, what?
Man,
I'm about
Matt,
to.
in my opinion, Madden definitely messed up a lot of ratings, and they also messed up on team ratings because Dallas should not be ahead of San Francisco. I don't know how.
overall team rate, yeah.
I don't know how Cleveland is so high, and we don't know who Deshaun Watson is yet. I mean, I guess you can kind of expect him to be what he was in Houston, but we're not hundred
First of
percent.
all,
We're not 100% sure.
are we dipping into the quarterback ratings there? We waiting?
We can talk about the quarterback race because I want to get off into that too. 'Cause that's a hot mess.
Because for me, who won the MVP last year? Who won the MVP?
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Mahomes. Who won the MVP the year prior?
Mahomes again.
No. No. Think about it. Who won it the year prior?
That's how
Not
much.
Lamar.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Who won it the year before that? Aaron Rodgers. Why is he at 86?
Ooh.
Why is Dak Prescott above Aaron Rodgers in the Madden rating?
What's Dak Prescott?
87. Why is he above him on the Madden rating? When I saw, I said, "That's what you talk. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, Rogers is way too low.
You got Trevor Lawrence at 82. You have Trevor Lawrence at 82. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Nah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
I'm not too upset with the top five. Patrick Mahomes 99. Yeah, I mean you can't question that. I don't even know what his weakness is, honestly. Joe Burrow 95. That's fair. Josh Allen 94. Lamar 91. Jalen Hurts 88. You could have flirted with 90 for Jalen after that Super Bowl performance, to be quite honest. You could have flirted with 90.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott 87. Justin Herbert 87. Aaron Rodgers 86. Kirk Cousins 84. Tua 83. Trevor Lawrence 82.
Kirk Cousins is a 75.
Nah, I ain't going to go that far. I probably would have put him at an 82, though.
And then, well, if he's an 82, then Trevor Lawrence is 83 or 84.
Trevor Lawrence needs to be in the high 80s at worst.
And Trevor Lawrence is not in the top 10. That's the man.
People don't. Well, Madden.
Yeah, they got Tua beat him out of the top 10. That don't make no sense to me.
We still talking about Madden, right?
This Madden.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the top 10 quarterbacks right now on my screen.
What's Tua's rating?
Tua is 83.
The thing that baffled me was Aaron Rodgers. That really threw me. That really threw me to put Dak Prescott
Above
Aaron Rodgers.
the guy with the most interceptions last year.
He had 15 in 12 games. Like, I don't understand that.
If you really want to be technical, it was 17 in 14 games.
I don't understand that.
And you want to count the playoffs?
I don't understand that. Everybody else kind of warranted where they're at based on last year's performance. Like Deshaun Watson's at a 78. We're pretty sure that probably will kick back up. You know, he had to get that rust off. Probably, you know, he ain't getting the massages like he used to, so his body a little achy. Russell Wilson had a poor year, so he's at 77. I expected that. Justin Fields is truly a running back in a quarterback's body, so
Hey,
76.
His words, not ours.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, guys. Dak Prescott over Aaron Rodgers is this right here.
If it's
About
about
one right there.
Nah, it's not even that. It's really this. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. That's disrespectful. And another one I didn't like. Brock Purdy should not be at 73 after what he did last year.
No,
I'm sorry.
no.
No.
So, and Niners fan here. I think that's he should be in the high 70s. A couple more points.
You know where I would put him? You know where I would put him?
Where would you put him?
Right after Russell. So he'd be 77, 76 if you want to do that.
And that's fair. I could do that.
I was
I'll
thinking
put him right
70.
there.
High
I was thinking
70s.
78.
Yeah, high 70s. I'll give him that.
For what he did, he has no business being 73. That's not correct.
Yeah, it's But yeah, that's hey man, that's what it is. So that's Madden is kind of losing a little bit of credibility. Oh, we still gonna buy the game? Absolutely. And that's only because they're allowing us, especially before you start your franchise mode, you can make adjustments to player rankings and stuff. And then they also go in and change player rankings throughout the season as these guys continue to suck and deteriorate in their careers. And also guys who get better, they get a bump up. So, we're doing this fun,
I want to look at the wide receiver rating. I see somebody saying
Scary Terry's better than AJ Brown.
That's debatable. It's
debatable.
That's very.
You know what?
But the reason I think they did it is because of the versatility of Scary Terry. You kind of place AJ where he at. The person that moves around in that Eagles offense like Scary Terry is Devontae Smith.
But
you can just move him in different areas of the field.
But
you can do that. You can't do that so much with AJ, but you can do it with Terry. And he's like the legit number one. So I think it's like a slight edge. But you can make an argument though. You can.
Tristan, here's my thing.
Yep.
Scary Terry has been a successful wide receiver with multiple quarterbacks in Washington.
Since he stepped in the league. It's almost like the new D Hop. He gonna get you your numbers.
Yeah.
But he gonna get you your numbers.
If Scary Terry had any kind of a quarter, now I ain't gotta be Patrick Mahomes, but just any kind of quarterback consistently.
Would you put? I'm looking at this wide receiver list since we're here. We got Cooper Kupp over Jamar.
No, Cooper Kupp didn't get hurt last year.
They got Cooper Kupp at a 96, Jamar Chase at a 94.
Okay, so credit to Demarion Jackson because you brought this to our attention, and yeah, we're starting to see some stuff on here that looks crazy.
Yeah,
Jamar Chase is better than Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Yes.
Period. Yes. That. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Debo being at an 89 is disrespectful.
Oh God.
Well, now I'm gonna be fair because again,
no.
Nah, I put him in a 90.
Thank you.
Niners fan here. Let me explain why.
Okay.
Last year was a trash year for Debo Samuel. So he was not where he should have been. He even admitted that he was not where he should have been. Now, this year, keep watching his rating change as the season goes on because he is on a whole new mission to prove himself that he's not a flash in the pan.
So the reason why I'm saying it's crazy is because when I look at the group of his rating, Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett, Jalen Waddle's nothing to sneeze at. Mike Williams, they're just under. I put Debo over.
He's
Tyler
on top of that.
Keenan.
He's on top of that group, sure.
So I would put him at a 90.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're gonna put it that way, sure. Okay.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Okay. If you're looking at it
because you got CD and Mike Evans at 90. Then Debo need to be a 90.
Wait. CeeDee Lamb is above Debo Samuel?
CeeDee Lamb and Mike Evans are both 90.
Okay, Brandon, you're a Cowboys fan, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna agree with what I'm about to say. CeeDee Lamb is not better than Debo Samuel.
I would have flipped them. I would put CD at 89.
Trisha took the words out of my mouth. We good.
Yeah, CD at 89 and Debo at 90. I'd have been cool with that.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. No.
Right.
But yeah, It's the game with their ratings, and this has become a big thing because look at us. We're talking about the player ratings. The player ratings. Let me answer that question in a second. We're talking about the player ratings on a video game, and it's like a serious conversation. So that's just a testament to how this game has such a cult following.
Yeah.
And people are like, hey man,
Hey, the players,
hey, man,
they
what the
call
heck?
them.
You know? Yeah.
The players call the Madden guys and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Okay, so
Exactly.
put that last comment up, Brandon.
I would say it depends, but I know you can elaborate better. But I would say it depends. It depends on what you want.
Debo Samuel's a better football player than Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, all around. Yeah.
As a pure receiver, Cooper Kupp he's got a toe up.
He's more of a technician.
Yeah.
He's more of a technician, but as a
That route
pure
runner.
football player, you said who's the better football player? Who's the better athlete?
Yes.
Hands down, Debo Samuel.
It's Debo Samuel.
He
It's
can
not
do
even close.
So many things that Cooper Kupp cannot do.
It's not even close. It's not even close.
And
Yeah.
Debo is a dog at wide receiver.
Yes. So
I think none of us questions JJ at 99.
JJ who?
Justin Jefferson.
Oh
No. I don't know.
I was like, wait a minute, huh? Where?
I think Justin Jefferson would be even more dangerous if he had a better quarterback, honestly. Like, let's say it'll never happen, but let's say this. Let's say Justin Jefferson plays with Pat Mahomes.
Okay, no, forget it, man. Forget it. Anyway,
It'd be no point in watching. It just what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. And Justin Jefferson is phenomenal, and he's actually being held back by his quarterback.
Yes.
Now I tell you what though, new head coach Kevin O'Connell did everything he could this past season to get the ball to Justin Jefferson.
He did.
And
he fed him.
Yeah, he pretty much fed him. So that was Kevin O'Connell and not Kirk Cousins.
I also think that DeAndre Hopkins at a 93 is a bit of an overreach.
Whoa, he's a 93.
He's a 93.
No, man, no, he's
and he's about to fall out the bottom of the NFL players top 100. So how you falling out the bottom? You in the 90s in the NFL players top 100?
That's reputation.
It's reputation.
Yeah, Madden definitely did bad this year. Speaking of top 100,
here we go.
Last 2 days we've gotten some names in the top 100. We got 20 names so far. We have Devontae Smith at 100.
That's fair.
Frank Lawrence at 99.
I don't think he should be on there.
Tristan Wirfs fell from 57 to 98.
I think that's a little bit harsh.
That's a little harsh, yeah.
Harrison Smith at 97.
I don't think he should be on there.
Trevor Lawrence at 96.
He should be higher.
Jamal Williams at 95.
That's pretty fair.
Terry McLaurin to me is too low at 94.
I agree. He's too low.
Eric Kendricks at 93. I'm sorry. Terry McLaurin's 94. Eric Kendricks 93.
I don't think he should be on 100.
Marlon Humphrey 92.
It's about par for the course.
Dalvin Cook fell from 60 to 91. We're gonna start with that.
Yeah. I think it's he should be way lower than 60 because he was 60 last year. But I think that the fact that he's at the bottom of that 100 is close to being correct about Dalvin Cook. Again, let's be fair. This is their peers. These are guys that actually line up with them and against them. Oh, we have another commentator on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that it's fair because his game is trickled off a little bit. Can he still be a productive back? Yes. Please understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying he is trash because so many people, when we get into the topics of debate about sports and football and everything, if you don't say that somebody's awesome, then you're saying they're trash. And that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay. Basically, I kind of walk away from people that are like, such and such trash. And it's like, because they're not better than somebody else, they're trash. No, they're not trash, but they're not as good as such and such, you know. I won't even enter into a debate with people about when they talk like that. It's either great, it's black and white. It's either they're fantastic, they're great, they the bomb, or either they trash. And it's like, no, there's shades of gray in between. But Dalvin Cook that's pretty fair for him to be there. He could honestly, the best place for him to go is to reunite with his brother and go play in Buffalo. And Buffalo actually needs to run the freaking ball for a change.
Yes, they do.
They could actually be a dangerous team if they had a balanced attack.
Exactly.
They'd be way more dangerous offensively than what they have right now if they ran the ball. You bring in a Dalvin Cook, and guess what? At this point, I'm pretty sure Dalvin Cook is realizing what the running back market looks like, per our earlier conversation on this podcast about the running back market. And he's willing to hey, I'm going to take what I can get and go play for a winner. I know I would. Now,
I would too.
I can't speak to his personality or his what he wants or whatever, but I know that would be the move for me at this point in my career. I would go ahead and be like, hey man, let me go. If a winning team wants to sign me to a middle of the road contract, I'll take it. Let me go get a ring. I've been stuck in languishing in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins and them for the longest. Let me go somewhere. Let me try to go be part of a running back by committee with a contending team.
It will make $5 or $6 million a year.
Yeah, and I'm cool. I'd be cool with that.
Yes.
Now, again, I can't speak to his mindset, his character, his personality. I can't speak to that, but that just seems like what make the most sense. So yes. that was 100 to 91.
So at 90, we have D-Hop falling from 53 to 90.
Yeah, that's about right.
We have Marshawn Lattimore at 89.
I think that's a little low.
We have.
I think let me stop you right there. Marshawn Lattimore is another corner that I think is better than Jalen Ramsey.
Agreed.
At this point in his career. At this point.
Now, the reason why he might be this low is because he only played in 7 games.
Because the injury, I dig it. But when healthy, I think Marshawn Lattimore is a better cornerback at this point in their career than Jalen Ramsey. Now, watch, they're gonna have Jalen Ramsey somewhere in the top 20. Watch, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna knock all this stuff over. I'm serious. If Jalen Ramsey somewhere in that top 20, I'm gonna knock all this stuff over. They have him above a bunch of other corners that we talk about that are really good. I promise, I'm gonna knock all this stuff over. I might come on the air special just to knock all this over. I'm serious.
All right.
Go ahead.
We have second-year defensive end Aiden Hutchinson at 88.
This is his first time debuting on the countdown, and let me tell you something. He will not stay down there for long.
Not at all.
This man is a monster. He's playing in a market like Detroit. People not paying attention, but like we've all said, you need to pay attention to the Detroit Lions this season. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but they about to make some noise. They've been making noise little by little over the last couple of years.
Yes, they have. We've been saying on the show.
And this man, Aiden Hutchinson, is a huge part of that noise that they're making.
Yes, he is.
He's a havoc creator. So go ahead.
So real quick, as long as Jared Goff don't get exposed again, because he kind of did a little bit last year, we'll see. They should be fine. Chris Lindstrom, 87, Atlanta Falcons guard.
Par for the course. He wasn't on the countdown last year.
Nope.
He's making his debut at 87. I think it's a little bit high, but okay.
Justin Fields, 86.
Are we rating him as a running back or a quarterback?
Ernie Thompson, 85. He's a Texas offensive tackle.
Yeah, he's one of the top tackles in the league. Depends on who they put above him. I'm pretty sure Trent Williams will be at the highest ranked tackle. After that, it'll probably be Tyron Smith.
I don't know about.
Not Tyron Smith. What's the kid's name? It slips my mind. I wish I had my notes in front of me, but yeah, that's pretty fair. Go on.
Yeah. 84 is Darius Smith, Cleveland Browns defensive end.
Yeah, he's starting to take a step back, and this is pretty fair for him. I'll probably have him a little bit lower, but he's about to be paired up with Myles Garrett. So he's going to get a lot of the crumbs off of Myles Garrett's plate when they eat.
Definitely.
Because Myles Garrett is so great which I have Myles Garrett in my top 20, top 10 players of this season.
Yeah.
I think that Myles Garrett is going to get a lot of double teams, and Zadarius Smith is going to be able to eat.
Yes.
He's going to be able to eat because of that, and his you're going to see his stats get better. All right, go ahead.
83, Teron Armstead, offensive tackle.
This is another really good tackle that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Teron Armstead came out of Arkansas Pine Bluff Black College, HBCU, and he started off with the New Orleans Saints, and he has played great. Up to this point, we're going to see what he's going to be able to do. Teron Armstead is the Trent Williams of the Miami Dolphins. That's the best way I can put it.
Yep. All right. 82, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa.
Yeah, you know.
It took me an entire season. Don't feel bad. It took me an entire season to learn how to pronounce this man's name.
Look. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes I don't. I think it's like 50-50 for me.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Tua Tagovailoa.
Whatever. Go ahead.
I just really hope
he stays away from concussions.
Right. I just hope he stays healthy.
Because I tell you, man, one more concussion and I'm about to turn off the TV for the rest of the Sunday.
But when he did play, he played well.
Oh yeah, of course he did. He definitely did.
And part of it is his ability, and the other part of it is the fact that he's in the offense that he's in. And I think if he can stay healthy, he won't be there next year. He won't be at 82. He'll be much higher.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Last but not least, 81, Christian Wilkins, Miami Dolphins defensive tackle.
Very underrated.
So
extremely underrated. I think he's right where he should be, but he's underrated. A lot of people don't really pay attention to this guy, but he's a very good defensive tackle.
Those 3 Dolphins in a row.
Yeah.
To close it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we will probably finish out the rest of the top 100 next Tuesday. We'll see, because it should be 80 to 71 tomorrow. Thursday should be 70 to 61. Friday should be 60 to 51. I don't know if they're doing Saturday and Sunday, but if not, then you got Monday, Tuesday. Oh, we might actually go over this another couple of weeks. We'll see what it looks like, but we'll definitely continue to talk about this top 100 next week.
And make sure we can talk about next week as well. We can talk about as we get close to fantasy time. We can talk about fantasy projections as well. I know I play in 2 leagues. Brandon, do you play in any?
No, I don't.
Brandon is an actual football coach, so he ain't got time. But yeah, we can talk about fantasy. Make sure that you like and subscribe. If you have been watching and you have not subscribed, why not? Please subscribe. We will appreciate you. We even enjoy people who come on that troll. Yo, comment probably won't get put on the screen, but go ahead and subscribe so you know what we own. And if you don't like us, by all means, hit the thumbs down button twice to let us know just how much you don't like us.
But also, now, if you do like us, please hit the thumbs up button so that we can keep this algorithm going and people know who we are and let them know that we exist. We're up to 235 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Thank you so very much. Thanks for everyone that also watches us live on the on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Twitch. That's how you can also watch us. You can follow us on Facebook, IG, Twitter, or X, or whatever it is going to be called in the future, and TikTok. Also, you can listen to us on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Thank you all again for listening and watching us for another week of Just a Fan Podcast.
I'm just a fan, don't blame me. We need all. If I could do the whole, I could do the theme music.
You know what, this is why we need more subscribers and a Patreon, because I would literally encourage Eric to produce a beat and write a whole song for this.
I can do that.
But no, we're not gonna do it for free. We need a Patreon.
Yeah, we need a Patreon.
Yeah, let's get a Patreon. So, hey, get some subscribers so we can get a Patreon, y'all.
So
Anyway.
if you are subscribed to us on Twitter and Facebook Live and all that stuff, if you're watching us on Facebook Live or Twitter or these other mediums, make sure you make it over to our YouTube page and hit subscribe on that, please. Appreciate you.
And also hit the thumbs up button as well. And if you're watching on Facebook, hit the thumbs up button anyway. So, quarter host, me, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing. That's direction. Panda 316, the defensive mind of this whole show.
Good guy with the black hat.
Good guy
I'm
with the black
just
hat.
a fan, don't blame me.
And Steve was on here for a little bit. We appreciate him able to get on. Hopefully next week he's on a little bit longer. And Tristan continues to show you guys why he's the quarterback that runs this whole thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good night.